Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to the Friends of the Bartlesville Public Library. This is our annual meeting, and it's also going to be our awards presentation. We had to do it virtual this year because it still has some CDC restrictions. First off, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Friends of the Library and what we do. We are an organization that is separate from the library, but we raise some funds and provide additional funding to the library for some of their special programs. One of those that we're helping with, a lot of the ones that we're helping with this year in particular are the youth services. Some programs they're having, the Lego contest and the summer reading program. We have donated some funds to help with that. In the past, we have helped with the Battle of the Books that the middle school students do. I'm not sure, that comes a little later in the year, so I'm not sure where that's at. We also operate the bookstore, and we raise funds there. We take donated books from the library and from individuals, and we sell them at a very discounted rate, and then those funds that we raise, we use that to help put back special programs into the library to help with that. And we do have our bookstore volunteer here. She's also a board member, Diana Williams. And I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about the bookstore, and then I'm going to come back and tell you a little bit more and get on to the awards.
Good Saturday morning, everyone. First, I want to thank everybody who has participated in using the bookstore. We really appreciate our patrons. You've shown me a lot of support since I started doing the bookstore. Just a couple of things. When I do something unusual in the bookstore, I do try to post it on our Friends of the Library Facebook page. So if you're not on that, go to Facebook and like us and follow us there. One of the things I've started is a color coding system where every month gets a new dot code on the spine of the book. That helps me know how long these books have been in there, and it helps folks who come in there frequently know which books have been added this month. There are several of these pages posted in the bookstore so you know what the new color is for the current month that we're in. I have enlarged our large print section, so if you like your large print books, please come in and look at those. The young adult section has been enlarged, and so has the juvenile fiction. I have also started a process in the bookstore. There are 2 carts. I've started a process with our adult nonfiction books. They will all go onto that cart before they are sorted by subject matter and put on the shelves. And every time I come in on Mondays and Thursdays usually and try to restock everything, and then our adult fiction section, we put out new books on the 1st and on or about the 1st and on or about the 15th of every month. So if you like your adult fiction, you know when those get changed. When they get changed out, the books that are remaining get filed alphabetically in the adult fiction section. Let's see. I've done I'd say a couple of promotionals. We've done some paperback grab bags. We did some romance grab bags in February, and we did some fiction grab bags in March, right around St. Patrick's Day. And those are the smaller paperback books. I'm planning to do some more in the fall, probably around Halloween, and it'll be science fiction and fantasy and mysteries. And then lastly, I would like to say there is a feedback sheet in the library. It's on a clipboard, or excuse me, in the bookstore on a clipboard. So if you have feedback, go ahead, and it's really a what are you looking for if you're not seeing something in the bookstore that you would like to see. But I am asking you, if you have feedback for me, if I could be doing something better, please put that feedback there as well, because I do want to hear from you, because that's why I'm here. And with that, I'll give it back to Kathy.
Thank you. We really appreciate Diane. She's been doing a great job in the bookstore and keeping it evergreen and up to date. I wanted to go ahead. One of the things that I forgot that the Friends of the Library also has sponsored in the past, and hopefully we'll get back to those once we can use the meeting rooms again, or maybe we can get going virtually, was the what they call book sandwich den, and it was a lunchtime book review of a book, and we would have somebody who would give that review. And so far we haven't been able to get that going, but we're hoping to get that started again. And then I'd also like to go ahead and recognize our board members that we currently have on board. We have Janet Kuntz-Young. She is our secretary. We have Richard Mitchell. We have Kristen Duncan, who is currently the vice president of the Friends of the Library. We have Darla Tressner, Carol Collins, and George Halkiotis. I'm horrible with names. He is our treasurer, and he is a treasurer. We also have, of course, Diane Williams, who was just up here telling you about the bookstore. I would like to acknowledge that our board members who left last year, that was Connie Lavoie. She had been the vice president. Maggie Humble, who had served various roles and who had administered the Book Sandwich Den program for us. Also wanted to give kind of a little memorial. We did have a board member who passed away, Diane Dixon. A little bit about her. She was very, very active in the community. Many people probably knew her from other places. She was an elementary school teacher. She helped to implement Gifted and Talented program K through 3rd grade. She started an Oklahoma science camp that had a week-long sleepover where they did all kinds of cool stuff, science stuff. She was active with Mary Martha Outreach. She was active with Catholic Charities, and she was a member of the Women's Network, and very active there. She was also a member of the Salty Seniors Acting Group. And that's just a few of the things that I pulled that I wanted to say about her. We will really miss her. She passed away in April. So with that, then I'd also like to thank our library staff that do a lot of support for us, like coming up here and operating the Facebook Live for us today so that we could do our awards a little bit more formally than we were able to last year. Last year we just kind of had to make an announcement in the paper and send them out. And there will be an announcement in case you're missing this, and I will be sending the list of winners out to all of the authors who entered the contest this year. So for no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read off the winners for the Creative Writing Contest. Division 1 Fiction, Bradley Heineman was first place for his fiction story Bloodstained Confetti. For Division 1 Poetry, Sean Barnhart was first place, and his poem was titled Our Nation's Struggles. And then Division 2, that would be, Division 1 is 8th grade only, so just so people know. Division 2 is ages 14 through 17. And Division 2 Fiction, we had a first place tie. We had Faith Foote in first place with Nihilism, was her work of fiction. Autumn Dudley, her work of fiction was You. And then second place was Leola Cordero for Oklahoma. And then we'll move on to Division 2 Poetry. And we had a tie for first place there as well. Autumn Dudley with The Crown. And Autumn Dudley again for Where Time Becomes Spent. And then second place was Joy Shea. Her poem was titled Speed Limit. And we have Division 3 Fiction. So this is the adult category. This is 18 and over. And Gianna Curlis was first place with Invention 6X. And Christina, we had a tie for second place. So we have Christina Carmola for second place. Among Us was her work of fiction. Jennifer Rose Wilson also won second place for Lycanthropy. Sorry, like I said, I'm really bad with pronunciation. In Division 3 for nonfiction, Vicki Curlis took first place with Home with Grandmother. Jennifer McMurrin won second place, The Sweetest Song. And then we move on to Division 3 Poetry. Elizabeth Ann Cleary won first place for Wolf Mother. Division 2 Poetry second place goes to Marilyn Boone for Don't Let Go. And then we didn't have any entries for Division 2, which is the 14 to 17. We didn't have any entries for nonfiction, and we also didn't have any entries in Division 3 for children literature, which would be literature for children written by adults. But so the grand prize winner overall, we took all the first place winners, the ties and all, and had them reevaluated. And of those, the grand prize winner is Gianna Curlis with Invention 6X. So congratulations to all of our winners. Let's give them a round of applause. And I do have your checks here for you. And what I will do is I'm going to leave them with the reference desk downstairs in the library. If you want to pick them up, they'll be available right after we log off of here. So if you want to come up and get your check, that's great. You're welcome to do that. If you would prefer that I mail you your check, and you're sure that your address is correct on your entry form, then please just shoot me an email. Maybe even verify the address you wanted the check sent to, and I will get those dropped in the mail to you. I'd also like to put out an appeal for people to join our organization. You can become a member and help support all of this wonderful activities that we're doing, the Book Sandwich Den, the library programs that we help to sponsor, and of course the creative writing contest. So if you want to become a member, you can join us. You can be a friend. The membership level for that is $10. A good friend, the membership level is $25. You want to become a sustaining friend, the membership level is $50. And if you want to be a patron, the membership level is $100. So these membership forms are available in the bookstore, I believe. Is that correct, Diane?
Yes.
Okay. So the membership forms are available in the bookstore, and do they leave them in the bookstore, or do they turn them into the circulation desk?
Leave them at the circulation desk.
Leave them at the circulation desk with your tag, or you can take it home and mail it in if you prefer, and then you'll become a member. And I think that concludes this year's meeting and annual awards ceremony. So just say thank you to all who tuned in and congratulate the winners one more time. One more note. Next year will be this was our 29th annual creative writing contest. So next year will be our 30th creative writing contest. So hopefully we can do something special for that. Hopefully things will be relaxed and we can have more of a celebration. Also, I think I forgot to mention that the first place winners and the second place winners as well will all be compiled into a, what do we call it, a book, just kind of like that they keep at the reference desk. So if you were a first place winner or second place winner, your story will be put into that book, and friends and family can come and check out that book from the reference desk and be able to read your story. So with that concludes everything. Thank you for joining us, and hope to see you again next year in person.